Hello everybody and welcome to my 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring by Level Up Pub Gaming. I just want to take a quick moment to apologize that I haven't uploaded in about, 12 days, almost 2 weeks. First and foremost, this is, at the moment, just a hobby. I don't make any money from this and I'm just doing it in my free time, so unfortunately from time to time, forces, in my personal life are going to take my attention away from this, so until this becomes anything lucrative that can support me, I can only do this in my free time, so I apologize for that. But let's get right back to it. Last episode we took out the Godskin Apostle over here in the Divine Tower, and I got you guys our Faith Dexterity guys, the Godskin Slayer Sword. That's cool. Oh, I think I put it away in my chest. I can't remember. But yeah, we got you that colossal sword that scales in Dex and Faith. But we got some dialogue from our merchants, or our blacksmiths to listen to.
Better than this. This will never kill a god. I can do better than this. It needs to slay a bloody god. Oh, it's you. Don't pay me any mind. It's not important. Just lay out your arms.
And so now E.G. has a few lines of dialogue that we need to listen to before we hop into our first dungeon, which is going to be a doozy. We're going to do the hard dungeon of this episode first, but in this episode we're going to clear up the rest of the Atlus Plateau. But let's talk to E.G. real quick, because we got some dialogue. Now that we've freed Blythe from the Everjail.
Greetings, my fellow. I presume you've spoken with Blythe? Very well. There is something you should know. The Two Fingers gave Blythe to Lady Ranni as a faithful follower. Her very shadow, incapable of treachery. But if Lady Ranni, as an Empyrean, resists being an instrument of the Two Fingers, the shadow will go mad, transforming from a follower into a horrid curse. But such is his destiny. In such matters, Blythe's own thoughts hold no weight. It pains me so. But he must be neutralized, for Lady Ranni's sake.
And one more.
My purpose is nearing its end. I've served Lady Ranni for as long as I can remember. It has been a long and wondrous journey. Now Lady Ranni is in your hands. I pray that you serve her well, unto the very end. Lady Ranni has departed on her journey, along the dark path of the Empyrean, from Renna's Rise, as she calls it. Now Lady Ranni is in your hands. I pray that you serve her well, unto the very end.
I think he's just going to say the same thing.
Lady Ranni, along the dark. Now, Lady, I pray.
And so that's it. Okay, you guys, so for this first dungeon, the Hero's Grave, you're going to need Margit Shackle, which we bought from Patches to bind Margit to the ground during that fight. So right here. So honestly, I was going to show you guys how to do this dungeon, just the raw way, dodging the chariots and destroying them a certain way, but I found out a little secret that we can use these to destroy these chariots. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spawn this in, run backwards because it will catch up really fast. And then we're going to run down to the very first little spot. And then there's going to be a skeleton that we got to fight. Or two of them. Oh gosh, I'm going to die. Ooh, Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to bust out our Beast Torch. Because we have some, excuse me, basilisks down here. We're going to run straight down to that little pit and we're just going to drop down as soon as it goes back up. The skeletons almost took you down. That was freaky. Right, so now we're going to jump up right here as soon as we grab this blood board. As long as we got this out, we can just pick them off nice and leisurely. Excuse me. Let's get some extra vitality on. Ooh. Alright, one's gonna pop up right here at the door. There's a couple more in here. It'll pop up from the ground too, I think. As soon as we grab this. Or maybe not. There's gonna be one on the right. Oh, I thought there's one more in here. Behind us. Okay. So the only reason he sprayed that out is because he's, you know, programmed to ambush you, so he's gonna do that even if you have the torch out. So we duck down here. We hope these are alternating. Yep, okay, good. So you don't want them going side by side. So we're going to wait for him to go up, and then we're going to run in the middle and fight the skeleton. Okay. So, the general idea of getting past this is, since they're alternating, you gotta zigzag all the way down to those pillars down there. And you want to get on the right hand side. There's a little divot in the left hand side of the wall that I'm going to try and jump into. If I fail at this once, then we're just going to stand right here and use Market Shackle. If I use Market Shackle right here, it'll destroy these chariots. But I want to show you guys, just in case you don't have Market Shackle, how to traverse this. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to make one of these just in case I do get hit. So I'm going to try and get into the little divot on the left hand side so I can show you guys how to avoid these things while you're running. So I'll wait for this guy to come back down and then go back up. And then run. And then as he does that, run on this side. And then wait for him to come down. Go on this side. Oh, come on, dude, come on. Oh, jeez. That hurt. Oh, so there isn't a spot on the side. My apologies. Oh, crap. He caught up. Alright, guys, so we're just going to go down. So you're supposed to get to that little side right there. I thought there was a little cubby hole on the left-hand side there that I could dive into, but there wasn't. So my apologies. So let me show you how to destroy those things, but normally you, instead of going to the left-hand side like I try to do there, you just go to the right, and I'll show you the safe spot after we destroy these things. You know what, I better make some holy pots, because those skeletons nearly killed me. Two of them in that tiny little corner there. Okay, let's do this again. Do it properly. My apologies. Another basilisk there to follow us. Except this one. Okay. So, take Margit Shackle. We just use it right here. See the light? Boom. And that's it. We do not have to worry about these chariots anymore. This place is chariot free. So, all that's left to do is go around, pick up all the goodies. Huh, wonder. I don't know how that bloodstain got activated. You'll hear some noise, that's just fire. And then of course there's skeletons still. So, with the zigzag pattern, if you don't have Margit Shackle, so instead of trying to run over there like I did, you stay on the right hand side and you stay right here. You just come right next to this pillar, and neither of these chariots that are on this side of you, either side, will hit you. This is the safe spot. So there's one right here, it's just going back and forth between that wall right there. Wait until it goes up, and this is a little dangerous, but it's the only choice you got. Wait till it goes back up, and then run over to this. Don't grab the item, I'm just grabbing it because there's no chariot, but run over to this and aim yourself, and then just jump down. And it's a little nerve-wracking, especially with that chariot whizzing right by next to you, but it's the only way to get down here. And then I'll show you how to defeat the chariots without Margit Shackle. How to get that light to come up like we did. I had no idea that Margit Shackle actually activates that, so we got a platform on down here. Very carefully aim yourself to make sure that you're... It's better, since you can't see over your character, to line yourself up with the bottom one, so the one behind you, and then just trust that that's also lining you up with the front one. And then very carefully edge right here, and then we're gonna run over and just immediately attack that skeleton before he can do stuff to us. And then climb on up this ladder. Got a full horned omen that we got to take down. It's a little bit different than the regular omens that we've been fighting until now. So normally there'd be a chariot rolling back and forth right here. Ooh, yeah, forgot that's on. So now that there's no chariot, normally this wouldn't be on, because what's happening, the reason that destroyed the chariot is because when you slam, oops, not that. When you slam Margit Shackle down, hit the wrong button, guys, I'm sorry. When you slam this down, it moves those. I had no idea that was a thing. So when I slammed it down over in the other room, it was moving this. That's the reason that it got destroyed. So we can come over here and grab this glovewort safely. But normally this would be blowing right up against this, and then the chariot would be rolling back and forth, and then you would have to hit that, and then come down this way. Drop down here, there's going to be a skeleton to fight immediately. Let's go ahead and throw a pot at him just to... Look at that. Check that. Ugh. I know there's no secret hidden path, but I just can't help myself. I'm going to make a couple more oil pots because there's a couple of punks around the corner here. So normally we would run into that little divot right there, and then we'd wait for the chariot to go by, and then run down here and fight these two skeletons. And then down here is the omen, so let's go ahead, and we just want to knock this guy back. These guys are wicked powerful, and we don't want to get caught by them, we don't want to get hit by them. Their combos are really tricky to dodge, and they have a spell where they can shoot out a bunch of black skulls that chase you, and then they start attacking you while the skulls are chasing you. So let's go ahead and buff up a little bit, and then we just want to go in and keep him down with the shoulder strike from the Crucible, the horn attack. So I don't know if we can repost him or not. Nope. should stagger him. And if you don't got that, and you're on the intelligence side of things, I recommend that you use Carrion Piercer. That'll knock him right back, and I think 3 or 4 of those will stagger him. So we just don't want him to get off any moves because he's crazy. And up here, oh, there's an elevator. And then the elevator, it's a little bit dangerous. This might be on fire right now. I can't remember. You might have to dive out of the way as soon as you get here, or as soon as we get up to the top. Yep. Fire. Oh, that's close. Okay. So, we got Market Chap, we'll use that. Lower it down. See how the light just went up? That's the light that is used to spawn the chariots. So that little divot right there is just for diving. And so when you get to this point, if you don't have Market Shackle, you want this blowing fire. And you wait for it to stop and then run into this little cubby right here. For it to go again, and then run over here. And then this, with that blowing fire against that wall, if you come down right here, the light will be activated and it'll destroy all the chariots. So that's how you do it without Market Shackle. And then from this point, there's just one more little tiny area that we can go get some loots in. So come back over here and drop down here one more time. And then this is the hardest boss fight of the episode. Because one of these guys is kind of fun, you know, a bit of a challenge, but 2 of them is a nightmare. I know I throw that word around a lot, but I promise you this is painful. And I'm probably going to die. I hope I don't. Even the Mimic isn't going to help. The Mimic is actually a really bad summon for this boss fight coming up. Alright, we got some more Basilisks right here. Look, I'm running out, but then they'll see the fortune and chill. Hey, you punk. Get over here. What are you doing? Did I miss something? I feel like I missed an item. Man, that frost that blows off of the enemies after they're dead kind of freaks me out sometimes. I think it's something else. Yeah, see, I knew there was one that comes up out of the ground. I thought it was in the other area. Alright. And then this ladder will take us right back up to where the chariots are. And that is the entire hero's grave. Now that's all that's left to do is take on the boss. Actually, there are 2 skeletons right next to the boss door, which is pretty aggravating. Especially when you die and then you respawn next to the, it's a pretty long ladder, so don't fall back down. But then you respawn next to the boss door and you try to go buff up, but then there's 2 skeletons you gotta take care of first. They're annoying. So let me go take out these 2 skeletons and take out the boss. There. One right. Ooh. Oh no, there's 3. Yeah. Not really. Gotta do the charge tag. You caught me. Stupid stairs. Alright. So, Stake America, you'll respawn right here, but you gotta fight the skeletons every time. Thought there was something, maybe I picked it up already. Okay, guys. So, I'm actually going to use the Great Shield Soldier Ashes because they're going to be blocking. And if you try and use the Mimic in this fight, it's just going to get thrashed really, really hard. Let me put on some Bestial Vitality so I don't gotta waste a whatchamacallit flask. but we got 2 Crucible Knights to fight. One's a spear, one's a sword. We want to get the sword one first, hopefully. If we don't, the shield guys might go down fast depending on his AI and what he does. But he has a little charge up. He can spin his sword and then slam it down. It does a bunch of holy damage. And even if they're blocking, that'll go right through the shields and just melt their health bars. So we want to get the sword guy on us, but if not, you know, we just got to try and take down the spear guy as fast as we can. I'm actually not even going to use the scythe for this. I'm going to use the katana. Did I put frost on it? Please tell me I did. Okay, cool. So, you can't bleed. The Crucible Knights, lightning and fire are the best things to use against them. So lightning pots will actually kind of stall them. It's not going to poise break them. It might poise break them, but for the most part, I think rot and poison works against them, but for the most part, you just want to get one of them aggroed on you while the shield guys just distract the other one and then parry him and try and get him down to either, you know, try and defeat him before your other guys are dead, or if you can't and they die, try and get him down to at least just a few hits left so that you can try and dodge these two, because I'm telling you, it's a nightmare to try and run around and dodge these two and fight them one at a time when they're both aggroing at you. So I did a no damage parry only fight of this with a different run, and it took me longer to do that than any other challenge that I've done with any other boss. So this is a hard fight, and I'm extremely nervous. My hands are shaking, my voice is shaky, so I'm gonna take a sip of water. We're gonna get buffed up. We're gonna go in, summon the shield guys, and try and get the aggro of the one with the sword. The spear guy has a couple of magic attacks, but he doesn't do them as often as the sword guy does his magic slam. So hopefully we can get him aggroed. If not, then we just gotta try and parry the other guys down to nothing as quick as we can. And we want to buff up with everything that we possibly can in this fight. So, some internal magnet. What am I doing? Lightning pots. I want every buff active that we can possibly get to raise our strength, because we want to try and take this guy down as quick as possible. Alright guys, I'm super nervous. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright. Actually going to save that and try and put it on the Great Shield Soldier guys. Oops. Oh jeez. Okay, I'll get the sword guy. Go, punk. Come on. Come on. Got all day in here. Hold on. Come on. I messed that up. Sorry guys, I'm super nervous. I'm just in place. No, go away, dude. Go away. Two left, so I'm going down to just one more hit. Yep, you guys sword one. I'm gonna fight you, man. Just a sword one. Not you. It's not on. Come on, man. Get over here. I mean, you can't parry that, but I'm just messing it up, so I didn't want to try. I'm bored, dude. I want your friend. Come on, Duelist. Alright, let's do this. It's not cooperating. Come on, man. Sorry, guys, I just don't want to get that Crucible Knight down to... Oh my gosh, I almost missed the repost. Okay. One down. Next one is just fighting one Crucible Knight. It's no big deal. I've done that plenty of times. Man, it's missing. My alarm just went off. You might see a little skip in the fight just because my phone's alarm just went off, so I apologize for that. I gotta clip that out real quick. It's just gonna be like 1 second. I don't know why I didn't turn my alarm off. That was my fault. My bad, you guys. Oh, jeez. Gotta give him one more hit. Alright, you guys. I know some of you are gonna struggle really, really hard with that, because that is a brutal, brutal fight. But I recommend the Great Shield Ashes, the soldiers with the Great Shields, because, as you saw, kept his attention while I took out his friend. And then you just gotta kind of run around and bait them into only hitting one at a time. I knew there's some more root resin in here. Alright, so we're getting close to a level up, but let's go ahead and go into the next one. So the next one isn't as hard, doesn't have as hard as a boss, and the enemies in it are just a bunch of jars and imps, but it's a little tricky. It's kind of a puzzle tomb, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Yeah, let me check my phone to make sure all my other alarms are off. I apologize, I forgot about that one. So yeah, there's a little hiccup is because I had to clip that out because I don't have the rights to that song, so my apologies, guys. I don't want to get copyright struck or anything, get in trouble. Alright, so I guess we'll switch back to this. I'm starting to think that plus 16 isn't good enough for this area anymore. Alright. So we're gonna need some rainbow stones for this, because it is a tricky, tricky dungeon. See the little jar running away. Oh. We got some explodey jars in here. This is one of them. Oh! That's you, buddy. I mean, I don't like fighting you guys, but you insist every time. I think that's all of them. So, that'll take you right down where we're gonna go. But, oh! Man, you guys are 4 of them in here. My lord! Oh, you guys are zealous, man. Okay. So in order to get down there, we're going to take this chest, and it's going to teleport us down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rainbow... that's not a rainbow stone. I'm going to put a rainbow stone down. Just kind of take note of the color. So we got a white rainbow stone. That's the beginning of the, what do you call it, tomb, the catacomb. So let's go ahead and go in here. Alright, and so to remind us that this one takes us back to the beginning, we're just going to put one right here on this little statue. So green takes us back to the beginning where that white one was. Now we got some imps to fight. Nice. Good hit. This is a good place to farm for smithing stone 5s. Over here. So it's going to be tricky to get up there because this is basically 2 tombs on top of each other, and they interlace in certain areas that it's really weird. So I'm actually going to put a stone right here. Note the color, it's green, so I'm going to put that there because this is dungeon 1. I want to be able to show you guys this. So right around the corner is going to be a little guy. And then there's going to be a guy up top that throws down magic pots at you, so careful not to venture in there yet. So he's going to throw some pots at you. There's a secret down that way, but come over here. There's a guy going to come over. Tap this from the side. Hey, I like your mask, dude. It's pretty cool. So this is going to take us over to a little room with 2 big jars, so get ready to whoop some butt. But these 2 big jars are going to be in this room. Let's see, does my Bloodhound's Fang do more damage? Where's that at? Ooh, it sure does. Does more physical damage anyways. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to use this just to get rid of the jars real quick. What is this, +6? It is +6, that'll still work. I'm sorry, there's a caged room over there. And this chest is going to take us over to that caged room, and it's a dead end from there. And then to continue on through the tomb, we got to go through that secret door. And that secret door is going to take us up there, but it's not up there. It's going to take us up there in the other tomb. So let's go ahead and go in here and get ready to fight because there's some big jars. Let's go ahead and just rush right towards this one before you can start doing anything. Give him the what for? The thing about Bloodhound's Fang is that it gives you iframes when you pull off the weapon art, which I love. So go ahead and pick up all the goodies. Should be some cracked pots in here. Perfumer's cookbook. Cracked pot. Sage. So we got 3 more to go. Okay, so there's 20 in total. So see right over there, the green stone that I dropped. So that's the first dungeon. This is just a dead end right here. So let's go back into the chest and go back over there. Okay, now to progress forward, I'm going to come over to this wall. Give it a swipe, and then be careful. There's a couple of explodey jars in here. Go ahead and get them to aggro and then roll because that has a really wide radius and it'll actually hit you. So I'm going to put this here, put one here to remind us it's the first dungeon. Whenever we see a stone on the wall like that behind a chest, that's the first dungeon. Hey, I like your mask. The Phantom had the same mask I have, so let's go ahead and go into the second one. So this is going to lead us up top on the second dungeon. And then we got some loots that we can get. So a lot of people have the mistake thinking like, oh, we were just here because that's open in the second dungeon, but it's not. This is a completely different dungeon. Actually, I should have probably dropped a stone right over there to show you guys the difference. Oh, no such luck I'm getting the... I just kind of want to put my scythe back on, feel more comfortable with the scythe. Move. What'd you drop? Oh, come on. So you see my green stone isn't there. So this is a different dungeon. That's how you can see the ladder right there. See the ladder? Right above my head. You can see it in the other room. That's how we get up to the boss room. Or, I'm sorry, the boss lever. So there's no lever in here, but there is a guy waiting for us up there. So let's go ahead and let him drop. Oh, you missed. What did you drop? That was juicy. Oh, there we go. That's what's up. Oh, man. Didn't want to have to... that guy. Okay. So I believe there's one more over here in the corner, just like the other dungeon. Got a big jar up here, and there should be a little jar on the right. Laying there is a trap, so he's gonna run at us and blow up. Yep, right there. So don't attack the big jar first. Gotta take care of the little one because he'll come running at us. Now we can go up and get the big one. Weapon arts. Show who's boss. Punk. Rest in peace, man. Control pot. Resin. Okay, so this is where we teleported from the chest at the start of the other dungeon. So we come down through here, and it'll take us to the top of the other one. And then there's one more part where we run to the beginning of, I think, this dungeon. Or it's the other one. It's a little confusing, I'll show you. Let's go over here. Let's make sure there's no guy around the corner. Yeah, okay. I know there's a guy around this corner up here. I thought there was. Okay, so this will take us over to that room that'll lead us up to the boss lever, but we don't want to go that way yet. We want to go down here. Thought there were jars in here. So we're going to go in here. It's going to take us up to the top of the other one, but that's not how we get to the boss lever. We think it is, so this is the first one. That's where that secret door was, or the secret wall. And you think that this way would take you up to the boss lever, but it doesn't. It takes you up to a different area that has another chest that we can take. Oh, punk. Oh, man. Where is he? So you see my green stone there, and you think, okay, this is going to take us into that room where the boss lever is, but it doesn't. It takes us in a different direction, so let's go up here and grab the loots, and then we'll go over to where the actual boss lever is. The tricky dungeon. So see? And so this is the literal start of the cave, only on the second side. So that'll lead us back down. See, I just already dead imps down there because that's where we just came from. Now up here it's tricky because there's the item, you think it's clear, but right around the corner. So yeah, be careful. Grab the Smith Stone 5 and the Ritual Pot. Okay, we got two more. Two more Ritual Pots, and then we are maxed. I guess we can just jump out the window, it's faster. Oh gosh. Oh, I thought that was gonna kill me. I was like, it's fine to land on the top part, but Wow, that's a long fall that you can survive. I cannot believe that didn't kill me. I was trying to jump right here. Whew. I got lucky. Alright, guys. Let's go pull the lever and finish this dungeon. Oh wait, I think I might have messed up. Is this the one with my green stone? I think I was in the right place. Oh yeah, I was in the right place, my apologies. My mistake. Okay, so now we go to the one that'll lead us into the second dungeon's caged room. Where we fought all those big jars, only this time there's a bunch of little jars. Whoa! That was weird. Normally they skip a beat before they blow up, but that guy blew up right away. See? Like that. That guy just blew up as soon as he died. That was really weird. Another cracked pot. Another cracked pot. And then a really long ladder. Surprisingly long. Don't fall down. So yeah, they got tricky with the design in this one. I was super confused and lost the first time I went through it. I don't think there's any more. No, there's no more imps. Oops. Let's pull the lever, go fight the boss. It is a, what you call it? Grave Warden Duelist. So those big guys with the axes or the hammers. And so there's our green stone leading us back to the first dungeon. It's one of those with a couple of pots around him. Or jars, I should say. So, summon in the Mimic, whoop him up. It'll be an easy fight compared to what we just went through. The Crucible fight is my least favorite and probably in the whole game. Let's see if I need to sit down, yeah. Okay. So, you know, you fought these guys before. I wouldn't parry them. We're just gonna summon the Mimic, and I think I'm gonna let off a couple of rot breaths and see what that does to everybody. And then I'll try and get behind him and give him a couple swipes with the sword dance. Something. Okay. Yeah, but I'll just stand in there all perfect and end up. Easy peasy. Mimic. Help is always appreciated. Before that, we get our own little jars that we can summon. Pretty cool. Alright. moving on, you guys, moving on. So, hopefully, let's see if I bought it. Yes, hopefully you bought the Sentry's Torch, because we're going to need it for the next cave. And if you don't have the faith to use it, go ahead and slap on the heirloom that boosts up your faith for 5 minutes, because we're going to need it for the next cave, which is the Sage's Cave. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, how far away are we from a level up? 66,000. Oh, sorry guys, let me go. Oh, good lord. Can't teleport out, gotta walk out of the cave. Let me go and get a quick level up real quick, because there's 2 bosses in this cave, and one of them is pretty stupid, and it's got some rot dogs. Or no, not rot dogs, they are snails. Same death snails that were in the pit with the death bird up here. This guy has a couple of death snails that roll around. It's pretty annoying. And I don't remember if we can summon for the fight, so let's go spend these runes real quick and level up. But in today's episode, we will finish up the Atlus Plateau region. Just putting on the gold scarab to boost our runes real quick. Yeah, we just have 2 more dungeons, 1 cave, 1 catacombs, and then a ruins with a Tibia Mariner in it. And then after that, we're heading into Mount Gelmir. And some people consider Mount Gelmir to be part of the Atlus Plateau. Like, if you look at the map, it doesn't even say Mount Gelmir on it, so I guess it could be an extension of it, but some people consider it its own landmass. Ooh, looks like we are maxed out on kukris. That's awesome. So when I started uploading these episodes, I had recorded the first 10, and I thought that might have been enough to kind of augment any time that I may spend in between recording episodes, like if I have a busy week and I can't get to it. But I caught up, and so after I caught up to my recordings, it's like, yeah, the last week was pretty rough for me, so I unfortunately had a pretty long lapse, and I apologize for that, but I know that my guide is not anybody. I don't think there's anybody waiting for me to upload the next episode to finish Elden Ring, so if that's the case, and you actually are waiting on me, I highly recommend that you just go check out one of the other mini guides that are up there for whatever you need, because they're awesome, and yeah, there's no reason to wait for me. Excuse me. There are plenty of other guides out there with just as much information, if not more, and definitely probably better at explaining stuff than I am too, so definitely go check out them if you're waiting on something from me and you just can't wait any longer. It's like, yeah, go YouTube it and get moving. I am just doing this just for, the experience of making a walkthrough. I have no intention of competing with any of the other guides out on YouTube for this game. No intention at all. Not my wildest dreams. I'm just doing this for fun. But I digress. I still feel bad that there's a gap in between episodes, because that's not, probably not a good look from a content creator to be having gaps in between uploading, especially when it's something like a walkthrough. If I ever did rise to a point where this was a living and made money off of it and people were waiting for my episodes, then yeah, that's different. Then I could do it full time and devote all my energy to it as opposed to just my free time. I know there's 3 of them around here. There he is. I was looking for you, dude. See how bad their sight is? I was right in front of him and he still couldn't see me. That's crazy. And it's because it's nighttime. If it was daytime, they all three would have seen me like right away. But during the nighttime, they can't see squat. It's pretty cool. Dare try and pull your weapon art on me. How dare you? And jump. Oh, I missed him. Just a few more guys, almost done. Oh, and by the way, we are almost done with this field as our rune farm. We are just a few episodes away from... When I say few, I mean like 4 or 5, but we are just a few episodes away from getting to our next rune farm in the game. So, super stoked about that. It's a much quicker, much easier rune farm than having to fight these little punks. The next one's just 2 stationary gargoyles that don't fight back. Just go up and take them down. They're each worth about 4,500. Do that twice. You got almost 9,000. If one of them has golden eyes, then you get almost 20,000 runes just in a few seconds. And there's a grace right next to them, so you just sit down at the grace, get back up, do it again. It's awesome. Where are we at? I think it's a little lopsided at the moment. This is supposed to be odd. Let's go ahead and up our vigor. I try to keep everything, you know, odd, these 3, and then the 2 attack attributes, and then once they're even, that way I know where I'm at in my level ups, but must have messed up somewhere along the way. Don't know what I did. Just let me go and buy some smithing stones, and then we're out of here. A lot of new weapons coming up that I want to upgrade, so just go ahead and get this out of the way now. Oh, buy some of these bones. Let's get out of here. Alright, so we're going to want the Sentry's Torch out the entire time we're going through this cave, because there's just nothing but secret walls all over the place. There's like 5 or 6 secret walls in this cave. And on top of that, the last boss is a Black Knife Assassin that's invisible. Now you can use the Mimic to see the Black Knife Assassin. The Mimic, I guess, will see it regardless of whether or not you have the torch out. But the only other way that you'll be able to see the Black Knife Assassin while you're fighting it is its footsteps in the water. Another thing is, if you have this on your back and you're two-handing your weapon, it'll still reveal all the secret walls. So right now, gosh, here, let me show you. Let me remove this real quick. Let me go find the first secret wall. Oh, I already revealed it. Just skeletons, make some holy pots. Actually, there's a few skeletons in this dungeon. Let's make a couple. Does it just reveal everything? Oh, that was a secret wall too. It looks like after I just put it on, it seemed to have like revealed all of the walls in the cave. Just trying to find a secret wall so I can show you what the whatchamacallit does, the torch. Let's see what's down here, I can't remember. Okay, so right around here. Is it open? Nope, okay, so that's a secret wall. And right behind it is like 4 or 5 really vicious skeletons with scimitars and spears and whatnot, and they're just going to rush you. So that's a secret wall, so let me show you what happens when you put on the sentry's torch. See? So, just having it on your back will keep all of the walls in this place open so that you don't have to go around whacking walls and stuff to try and find it. And this is one of my favorite masks in the game, right here in one of these chests. This one. I love the black hood. It's such a cool mask. I kind of want to put it on right now. Wasn't for the fact that I like that this boosts endurance, but let me show you the mask. It's so cool. It goes good with lots of stuff. Just looks awesome. So, one of my favorite hoods in the entire game, but I want to boost my endurance at the moment, so let's go ahead and keep this on. Plus, it gives me a little bit more defense. Okay, here we got a big boy, a couple of small ones. So there's the big boy right there. So it's going to take like 2 pots to take him down. There should be one more right over there. Oop. And so this would have been a secret. He was staring at the wall, but it's open because we got the torch out. That's everything in here. So we got the first boss coming up. He's a bit of a pain, and I cannot remember whether or not we can summon for it, so I have to fight him on our own just because he's got these snails rolling around, and they do some damage. You do not want to get hit by them. They're super annoying. Let's go ahead and see if we can take him down. So there's a little gap right here behind that. Jump down, so down that way goes over to the actual boss, and this would have been a secret door that we had to open, but torch reveals all. So this raptor set right here increases jump attacks, I believe, which is pretty cool. So like I said, can't remember if we can summon or not, so let's go ahead and get buffed up. We just want to go for him and try and take him down as quick as we can. Just weapon art him, suffocate him. I'll give him a dragon breath just to start. Oh, we can summon. Okay, cool. That'll make this much easier. Oh, I didn't even see. Those are the snails. They're super annoying. That was much easier than I thought it was going to be. I could have sworn there were like 2 or 3 snails, but before that we get a really weird flail. Thanks, Mimic. Yeah, for that we get a really weird flail. Don't go to the end of the dungeon. Just ignore that. Let's go on over and fight the Black Knife Assassin. And so this Black Knife Assassin we gotta kind of dance around with. We can't parry it because we need to have the torch in one hand. So we gotta do some dodging. Time our attacks. But let's go ahead and buff up in time. don't remember if we can summon the Mimic again. I'm gonna have to do this on my own, which is fine. I like fighting black episodes. It's fun. I try this thread on her, see how that goes. Kind of interesting. Oh shoot! Nope, gotta have the torch. No, we can't summon. I'm just gonna fight her alone. Oh, I'm bored. Right for me. That's it. That cave is done. Let's go fight a Tibia Mariner, guys. So go on over to the Erdtree Gazing Hill. We'll go ahead and bust out the good old Halo Scythe for this one. Sentry's Torch. Yeah, we do got a bear coming up, so I guess I'll save those. Just because Trina Lilies are in short supply. Oh, what am I doing? I mean, we're gonna take this guy down really quick, so no point in making holy pots. Just go with some good old lightning. Alright. So I think as soon as we get up over the hill, as soon as we summon, we're not gonna have time to buff up our summon because there's gonna be some skeletons that are gonna start rising up. I think as soon as he sees us, it's just kind of game on. So let's buff up right here. And this is like one of the last episodes before I switch over to the intelligence side of things, so many of these buffs are going to become unavailable to me, which is totally fine. Actually don't need those this one. Let's just do a golden vow. Nope, not got golden vow on. That's fine, I don't care. Yep, so it's game on as soon as you come up. And then he's gonna summon some really big guys, shoot some lasers, so ready to dodge. I wanna try and run over to these little guys right here, and then he's going to most likely disappear over to this section. Yeah, so just ignore the big skeletons, go over here. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start. Get those lights into them. Something another big boy thing. What happens to Death Root to go turn into what's his name? Gurranq. Oh yeah, no. Halo Sight doesn't take these guys down right away. Gotta hit him again. Thank you, Mimic. Alright, so let's go ahead and clear out these ruins and then we'll head over to Gurranq and turn this in. And then we have a whatchamacallit to do. Catacombs. It's a short one though. It's pretty easy too. Just a couple loose skeletons around here. Nothing else dangerous. Oh, I was like, I thought I heard somebody. Alrighty. Grab these. Mushrooms are important, guys. Don't sleep on items like that. Got a couple of guys in here, I think. I could hear somebody getting up, but seems to be no one around. Aha. Foliage. Ah, this game is so beautiful. Mushroom. Get in my inventory. Yeah, so we'll clear out these ruins and then we'll go and grab the Grace for the catacombs. And then we'll go see Gurranq real quick. Turn in our next death route. Luckily we don't have to fight him anymore. It's just that one time where he freaks out and you gotta take a few punches from him because man, that guy's vicious. This is why we check corners. Foliage like this. And cool views. It's the old Atlus tunnel. It's the path that we take to get to the Shaded Castle. That poison castle. Alright, there should be a few more skeletons up in here. Ooh. Yeah. That's right. Shooting your ghost flames at me. It's not cool. Although I do like your scythe. Whoa, buddy. Jack that. Jack that. Coming up behind me. Cool, man, not cool. I think there's a few skeletons down here. I can't remember. No boss. Tibia Mariner was the boss. Yeah, there's a few skeletons down here. Ooh, I should have tried that Wrath of Gold on them. Been meaning to try that out. This. And there's a short version too. Just yeah, we needed to try this out. Sounds kind of fun. especially on some skeletons. I'll try it out in this catacombs coming up. What's this? More bone shards. Hey. Oh, there you are. You can hear bones right from the know where it's coming from. One more section. Foliage around it, and then right up here is the tomb. Or catacombs, I should say. So let's do this, go talk to Gurranq, and then we'll do these catacombs. And head on into Mount Gelmir. What's up, boss? How you doing? You hungry?
I won't forget. Again. Mine appetite. My sin. I must have more. I must consume more.
And Beast Claw. Pretty good. Takes a few seconds to get off, so being dexterity, high in dexterity, and using the Radagon's icon, I think is what it's called. This one. Yeah, Radagon icon shortens spellcasting time. That'll help with it, but it's where you dig your... It's what these guys have been doing to us, where they dig their hand to the ground and shoot off those white little blades. That's what that is. So now we got that, which is pretty cool. So we're done with this guy. Let's go knock out this catacombs. Got a couple of knights and some zombies and some crabs in here. Nothing too vicious. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my... Let me reorganize this real quick. Oh goodness, I'm trying to remember what the boss was for this place. Wyndham Catacombs. It's nothing too serious. I think it's an Erdtree burial. Well, yeah, it's an Erdtree burial watchdog and water, but it has lightning attacks, so it can be kind of vicious, but that's why we're making lightning pots for this one. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I keep forgetting to use my Baldkin's Blessing every fight. Probably would have helped with shooting rot breath all over that last boss that knocked me out of it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, let's go. So immediately there's a trap right here. You see the holes right there, so don't step on that. Walk around it. There's a lever right there for the elevator. And as always, check the back as you're coming down on these elevators, because there's going to be a ledge that you can hop into. Grab that. Okay, I couldn't remember if this was one of the ones with something in the bottom. So right in here we got two little imps and a chopping thing. They're going to start throwing lightning pots as soon as we come in. That hurt. should be one around the corner too. Missed him. Missed him again. Oh, he's running. I didn't see him run. Oh, I hate these things so much. Hey, you want to do that, dude? Let's do it. I hit his friend. Alright, so in here we're going to use the traps to clear out the zombies and stuff, because we're going to have a couple of crabs that are going to chase us. And we have a knight in here to fight. Oh my goodness, you gotta be careful of those. And these blobs are up on the ceiling, they'll fall down too. So we're going to use the traps in here to clear all this out, right here. So step on that, let the lightning just melt their health. Once the trap comes back up, run on it again. A lot easier on this. So run towards this, get them all to come towards you. Ooh! Make sure you don't get hit. Come on guys, hurry up. Oh. We go. Oh, hold on. So I believe the crabs are in there, and they're gonna pop up. We got this knight to fight. Now, if you want, you can lure this knight over here and use these traps to, you know, take down his energy, because we're standing in water, and so lightning is going to do way more damage. Oh, I can't believe that went behind him. There you go. Simmer down there, Sparky. Okay, we got one more knight in here, I believe. Got a room up here with an elevator that goes up and down to some spikes. I believe there's one more knight garden item. Okay, so be careful up on top. You see him sitting up on the ceiling up there. Go ahead and hook a pot at him. Oh! And I forgot you can use that trap there if you want. Take him down. I think there's some skeletons in here. Yes, skeletons. So, lightning scorpion charm increases our. I guess there's no skeletons in here. Could have sworn there was. Increases your lightning damage, but also increases the damage that you take. So, do with that what you will. If you want to make your lightning really kick, go ahead and slap that baby on. So right behind him is where the knight is. So get ready to fight. There should be a guy around the corner too. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so let's do. I know as soon as we hit this guy, he's gonna aggro. So let's go ahead and just light this guy up and get him over here, and then we'll parry him in this hallway. would have done some damage if I'd missed that. Take a second to... Thought I staggered him. Because I didn't hear the dong. Alright. There's the boss left. And then we got one more imp on the other side over there. He's gonna start throwing stuff at us as soon as we try to get down, so let's go ahead and just take him down. So we need him down so that we can jump and run over to this side. And then drop back down with it. And get out of here. Oh, trap that way. Let's see, that's the boss door. There's one more. Oh yeah, that's right. So before we leave, bring this up and then drop on down. This will lead us over to the last loots in the area, and also some crabs. So what we can do is we can just run past these crabs and go out the door, and then cheese them from there. So that's what we're gonna do. But you can also use the traps right there to take them down. But let's go ahead and open this door. Oh wait, it's the lever. Gotta just roll past him. Oh gosh. There we go. Now we can cheese him. So much easier. Just waiting to make some more lightning pots. Come on, man. No one around. Come on, come on, come on. I know there's one more. I think there's one more crab in there. Ugh, come on. I was like, who's the heck I'm fighting? Break. Alright, there we go. Now we can go grab all the loots in here. And just like before, you can use all the traps in here to take all these guys down if you want. Just gotta get them all over here. Coming towards you. Let's go fight the boss. Oh, yeah, I knew there was another crab. Yeah, just go over here and cheese him. Really? No eggs? Oh, thank you kindly. I appreciate that. It's my dinner. I thought I stepped on the trap. Alright, guys. Let's go fight the boss. Get on out of here. Short and sweet catacombs. Not too hard. Over the trap. Alright, so we Like I said, it's just an Erdtree Burial Watchdog, but it has lightning attacks that it can do, and you're in a pool of water, so fire's not going to do too good here, just because water dampens the fire damage, so go ahead and bust out the Mimic and just give it the one for... Oops. Oh. Looked like Bestial Vitality. As always, stagger damage is really good against these guys. You actually can parry them if you want, but not a lot of people like to. So. Let's keep going. So you can see his tail is shoot lightning out like that. It's loads of fun. So this you can parry. You can parry that right there. Turn. Did some damage. There it is. Thanks, Mimic. As you can see, they still have mine. So you put an item on, the Mimic's gonna have it too, and then they'll use it. It doesn't use up yours. Alright, we are done with the Atlus Plateau, you guys. We've cleared out all the caves. The only thing left to do is the Legacy Dungeon. So, we're going to clear out Mount Gelmir, which it looks a little confusing, but all it is literally just 2 roads. This one going in between this mountain right here and this mountain right here. So we're going to go up and do a cave right here. And then we're going to come out of a path into this little tiny castle right here. Then we got a dragon to fight right here. And then we're going to make our way up a hill all the way up to this dead end right here. That's the first part. The second part starts over here. We're going to go up to this dead end, fight an invader, grab some loots, then climb a ladder up here. And then we're going to talk to Patches, do a really annoying hero's grave, one of the last ones in the game. And then we're going to climb a bunch of ladders up to a cave here, cross a bridge over here, take a spirit spring to fight a boss here. And then this is the area, so you can see we already have the Grace, where all those fingers were, and it leads over to the entrance of Volcano Manor. But we're going to go down to where this Grace is, and we're going to fight a boss right here. And then that is Mount Gelmir, completely cleared out. So let's go ahead and head on over to our next cave. Oh, good lord. Gotta go level up real quick. Next cave isn't too hard, but you never know. Never want to take any chances. You want to get rid of your runes as quick as you can. And I'm just going to go up to what I need for the level up, so 75, okay. So I'll go to 76. So in daytime, these guys can see way better. Way better. That guy had gold eyes. I was like, hooray. That should do it. Oh my gosh, I have 1 rune more than I actually need. Or no, 100 more, so. Alright. We'll leave from the catacombs after I level up. this on well, both of these, faith and dexterity. Okay, next one I'm going faith. Alright, you guys. A bunch of skeletons come up here, fight them if you want their armor, weapons, whatnot. Otherwise, just come drop down off this ledge. We are headed into Mount Gelmir now. You're gonna start picking up these things called volcanic rock. Pick up as many of them as you can. You want to have an abundance of those because they make some of the best cracked pots in the entire game. This volcanic stone right here. As much of this as you possibly get your hands on. And there's a side of grace coming up that's really good to farm them at. I'll get this grace in a second. Ooh, didn't realize there was a shiny. So I just want to show you this real quick. You can come up here, and this just leads right up to the catacombs. When you see this, and that leads up, that little entrance to that cave, we're going to come out that entrance a little bit later. Much, much later. Like 4 or 5 episodes from now, so don't worry about it. So let's go over here and get this thing. Oh no. Might lose him. Yep, lost him. Let's go sit down the grace and respawn him. Thought I was close enough. That's my bad. So, fortunately, the next cave that we got coming up is the Poison Cave. Pretty annoying, I know. I'm just gonna rush this. Rush this guy. Barrage, just in case you can put it on a bow. That no, just because a bow doesn't have barrage on it doesn't mean that you can put barrage on it. Barrage is only available on certain bows. So fortunately, you see that Ash of War. First time I saw it, I was like, awesome, I can put it on this bow that I love. Nope, you sure can't. So be careful of these things. They do a ton of damage. So be patient. Jump over them very carefully. See here. Should grab that. I think we only have one more flask to get. So this area we're coming up to, eventually we're going to come back down to it. We're going to get kicked down to it from up at the top of that ridge. So some people, if they adventured up and they saw patches, you know, this is where they get kicked down to. But we got a bunch of basilisks up here, so go ahead and just ride on Torian. Avoid their clouds and give them some wax. Remember, these guys don't do any physical damage; they just shoot the clouds. So as long as you're not in the clouds, like I am right now, then you're fine. Out of the ground. So that's why there's a bunch of items and stuff here, is because, yeah. We get knocked down here as part of a trap later. And then we get immediately bombarded by all these basilisks. And come over here and there's a guard. Just take him down real quick. Oh, yeah, we do need some stone sword keys to get into this cave. That's okay, it's worth it. There is an armor set that's going to help us with a horrific poison swamp later. I don't know why I said poison. It's actually rot. It's an absolute nightmare. Lake of Rot is not fun. Let's go ahead and pop a squad and head on in. So make sure you have Flame Cleanse me out. I think I have it on. No, I do not. Okay. Should be 2 guards here. Here's where the poison starts, so let's go ahead and have Flame Cleanse me available. Probably use these as a projectile. Okay, let's get to it. Remember, don't roll, because if you roll on this stuff, it'll start building up even after you've taken it off. So never roll on this stuff, and be careful. There's tons of blobs that like to drop down on us in here, so very, very cautious of where you're headed. See, so make sure you let the blobs drop first so you don't get one of them stuck on you, because they do a little bit of damage. Oh, I want to lock onto him. No, stop it. Guys. Oh, Lord. I think there's some rats up here. Yep, big rat. Ooh, dropped me a rune arc. Oh, hey. So there might not be a rune arc there. I think it was just a drop from one of the rats. I got lucky. So we'll come back in here. That's all there is in this room. So down in through here, we got a bunch of these guys sitting around a little island. So we're just gonna try and rush them and take them all down after we get rid of this poison real quick. Actually, let's do this. A lot easier to pick them off one by one. Just keep an eye on our poison either. Whoa. Lord, thought I heard something. Look at that, punk. You like that? Jerk. Okay, so before we go any further, we got some guys up in the dark that we need to snipe out. So I really don't got to deal with them when we come up around the corner. Just one up there. Should put one right there. Okay, now that's cleared. This will lead us down towards the boss, I believe. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. There's something over here real quick. Check. trying to remember how to get up there, whether the entrance is over here or not. Oh no, okay. There's an item over here, but the entrance is down there. Let's grab these boluses real quick. Jump on down here. Before we go down there, this is the way up towards the mushroom armor. So we got a couple of rats. Wow. Oh, I hate you guys so much. So aggravating. It's weird, I can hear a noise, sounds like a fire coming out of one of those pillars in the catacombs. It's weird. Anyways, jumping up here. And these are the guys that we shot in the dark, so we gotta deal with them. And up over here we have a Miranda flower that's guarding the mushroom armor, but let's go grab this first. There's a big group of guys in here that we can just go ahead and throw a couple of bombs at. Oh man, overshot that. Man, that was horrible. These guys are closer than I thought. See, because I rolled in the poison, it's slowly building up, even though I'm not getting hit by the poison. That's what happens, unfortunately. And we're done. Alright, so we got the mushroom armor set. This will increase our immunity to a very, very comfortable amount, where this bar that you see down here gets really, really long. And that will help us when we're running through the Lake of Rot, because the Lake of Rot is huge. It's really big. And you can't summon Torrent there, so just imagine if you had to walk on foot through that lake in Laiedd. That's what we got to go through. So not gonna be too much fun. But now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and hop on down here. Hop back over here. And so the boss is 2 Kindred of Rots, these pest creatures that we saw in Laiedd. So it's just 2 of those guys. Now before you jump down here, there are two rats waiting to ambush you. So let's go ahead and throw some pots down there first, if we can. Oh, trying to get a good angle. There we go. There we go. It's gonna be like a sweet spot. I think there's only one left, so let's go ahead and take him down. Okay. So I think from here we're safe to drop down all the rest of the way. Should be a rat guarding a rune over here. No, that's the boss door. This way. Should be a rat guarding a rune. Alright guys, so I've seen these things before. We're just gonna summon the Mimic and cut them up pretty quick. They don't have too much armor. A couple of sword dances and they'll be down, so nothing too big. And these pest threads, this is what they use, so we could use that against them if we wanted to. But we'll just go ahead and light them on fire, I guess. Good enough. I probably already ate one of these while I'm doing it. Lord. Lord. Gosh, you guys are annoying. Like that. Honk. So this talisman is pretty cool. It will boost your attack if there's poison or rot in the vicinity, which is really cool. And that'll go good with the poison pots that poison you when you throw them. The ones that are made out of poo. And so this is about where I wanted to end the episode, was over at this castle. So let's go ahead and head on out and go over to the grace that's by it. Might as well go in and clear out the castle. It's super short. There's just one big dude that we got to get past guarding an item. And that's all there is. Ooh, Lord, it's dark. Alright, so I'm just gonna ignore all the zombies out here. There's bunches of them. They drop down from the sky for some reason. I will grab all these volcanic stones though. Way too many of these. The cracked pots that they make are so cool. They scale well with strength, and the best part about it is you only need the volcanic stone. You don't need a second component. You know, like you need mushrooms to make fire pots. Yeah, you don't need anything, just the volcanic stone. That's all you need to make it. So, super easy material to farm for. And super awesome pot. Does incredible fire damage and successive damage. So, couples well with a couple of good a couple of different talismans. Be patient, because these things seriously will one-shot you depending on your vigor. So we got a bunch of fire chariots up over here to fight. You know the drill, try and get behind them so you can repost them. And there's some fire monks too. But then we have I think they're called a fire prelate. Prelate. They are massive and they have incredible poise. They will not stagger to any or most of our attacks. So they are brutal strong. And he's got a cannon on top of his head that shoots out fire balls all over the place. So yeah, he's loads of fun, but there's only one. We just gotta try and take him out as quick as we can. I'm going to try and hit him with the whatchamacallit, Oh, sorry. The horned Crucible attack. Try and stagger him. So if we come around here, there's this guy up here that'll bust through that fence if we come around the corner that way. So let's try and get up behind him and give him a repost. Punk fence. Lord. Yeah, Smithing Stone 5. So yeah, you can farm these guys in the chariots for Smithing Stone 5s as well. They have a higher chance of dropping them than the imps do down over in the Hero's Grave that we did, that I was showing you guys. There's an item back here. So like I said, I leave the jellyfish in peace, always. We got some fire monks fighting some soldiers back here. Oh, saw me. Why don't you both simmer down now? Should be one more fire monk over here. Yeah, there he is. Until he turns around, we'll sneak up and repost him. Ooh, that was close. Alright, so right inside that door is the big boy. So let's get buffed up and then we'll run up and try and do as much damage to him as we can, as quick as we can. Before we do that, we got a couple of things over here. We can sneak up on these guys back here. We'll go ahead and just clear these guys out real quick. So I don't know, normally that guy doesn't take off like that. I don't know what he's doing. But that other guy, he normally just patrols around a circle, so we just gotta wait for him to come by and we'll sneak up and repost him. I don't know what his friend's doing. Over here. Dang it. He's about to shoot a fireball. Oh yeah, Smithing Stone 5. Jeez, another one? Oh, come on. Alright, so don't worry about what's over there. It's a big dragon that we're going to fight. Let's just clear out these guys right here. Grab the items that they're guarding. Oh. These guys are vicious too. And no, we can't do that. I know, it's so awesome, but fortunately it's not an attack that's available to us. As much as I wish it was. There is a whip in the game that does fire damage that is kind of like that, but when you get their staff, it does not do that weapon art. It does not set on fire either. That should be everything. Oh, there's one more guy. Oh, forgot about these guys. My apologies. God, you guys make a freaky noise. Alright, let's go ahead and buff up, see if we can take down this big boy. When I say big boy, I mean big boy. He is heavy, to say the least. I'm trying to decide what I want to attack him with. Guess I'll try this. Ooh, no, let's do... Well, we'll try the Halo, actually. Halo Scythe, see how much damage that does. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this too. Do that. Alright. There he is right there. Okay, good. That does some good damage. We really don't want to fight that guy. He will poise through all of your attacks. He will slaughter us. He's got crazy fire damage, and this big hammer that we just picked up is, yeah, just 1 or 2 swipes with that and we're dead. Now, if you don't have any Halo Scythe, you don't have any cool spells like that you can cheese him with, like I just did, run up to this door and open it, and then keep rolling and roll into here. And then just cheese him from the door, because he can't fit in, he's too big. So, that's one strategy. Eek, the wretched fools. See, the chest is open. They'll never find me. So it's right here. Now you got the Fire Scorpion Charm. Raise our fire damage, but lower our damage negation. I'll survive. I swear it. I'll soon be back at the Volcano Manor. So this is the little creature that's saying, hee hee, they'll never find me. And that's it. That is Fort Laiedd, all done. Oops. And so, what is it? 2 hours? We get, okay. We're gonna fight this dragon real quick. Just get that over with. It's a magma worm, so gonna rot it as soon as it comes out of the ground, and then just try and bleed and frost it with the mimic and try and get it out of there as quick as we can, because if it stands up and covers its sword in fire, it'll start doing some serious damage. So if you have, you know, big boy build with the bonks, stagger it as quick as you can. Other than that, it's just the same as any magma worm that we have fought until now. Ooh, forgot this item right here. Go on the side, get some mushrooms. Don't sleep on mushrooms, guys. So these guys are fighting soldiers. Go ahead and let them do their thing. I'm just gonna ignore them. Come up over here, and there should be a spot to summon before we go over the edge. Now, he's near a pool of lava, so you don't want to go into the actual lava. See, there's a little section here that we can fight him on safely. So, okay, he hasn't spawned up yet, so let's go ahead and buff up me and our mimic. Oh man, I should have brought on Blessings Dune. Oh well, too late. Not gonna worry about it. Okay, so like I said, I want to Dragon Breath him as soon as he comes in. With the rot, specifically. Make one more of these. Where is it? Shoot, I don't have my... Okay, whatever. Thanks, Mimic. Saved my life. You're the best. Alright, guys. So, we're going to end the episode here after we talk to a friend real quick. You know what? We're going to do a little bit of running. We're going to run up and grab a Grace real quick before we end this episode. But first, we're going to come talk to a friend.
Of fire, bakes me in your flames.
So you don't have to stand the fire to talk to Alexander here. Just hop off Torrent right here, grab this item, and now we can talk to him from right here.
Ah, good lady. What business might you have in such a place as this? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of yours. Your timing, though, is impeccable as ever. I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you to a T.
And I'm sure you've seen this helmet before if you've heard of Let Me Solo
It's
Her.
hardly more than lukewarm here. I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never crack again. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's peak doth soar. Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars. Perhaps I'll head east. There's an old saying above the
Alright, you guys. We are going to book it, and I mean book it, literally, over to a couple of sites of graces. We're going to run past everything. Don't get tempted to stop and collect all the goodies. We'll come back for all that, I promise. There's something in here, though. Yeah, explicitly. We'll come back for all this stuff, I promise. So, starting here at this graveyard, just run past everything. There should be an arteria leaf this way. Yeah. So don't worry about it. We will come back for it. And unfortunately, this statue right here, we have to get a room bear to break it, which is going to jump down on us right here. Just ignore it. There it is. There's a Grace right here we're going to grab. Grab this real quick. It's the best crossbow in the game, pulley crossbow. This is the one that we've been waiting for. The reason I haven't used any crossbows up to this point. There's a very dangerous Iron Maiden right here. Just try and dodge it the best you can. It's a very weird one too. You'll see it in the next episode. It's very weird. So we're gonna run past all this. We're gonna run past the boss. It's gonna get aggro. It's fine. Just kind of run around the side, past all these wizards, and grab the Grace and sit right down. Sit down. That was close. Now everything's despawned. And that is an NPC. Do not hit it. Do not touch it. Okay? So we still got a boss to fight here. So this is where we're going to start out the next episode. Primeval Sorcerer Azur. So we'll talk to him in the next episode. But we will work backwards and we'll go down and clear everything out all the way up to Alexander, where we just came from. So got enough runes to level up. So I'm going to level up in between episodes. Recommend you do the same. Make sure you're hitting all the farming spots and whatnot. Keep all those crafting items in supply. So next episode we'll clear out this section, and then we'll come back over to this Bridge of Iniquity, and we'll do the second half of Mount Gelmir. Might take more than one episode, but either way, we'll be done with Mount Gelmir, and then from there we will start the Legacy Dungeon of the capital of Leyndell. Once we're done with this Legacy Dungeon, we'll stop at the main boss of it. And from there, we will go underground. There's a spot underground right underneath here that we'll do. That'll end Fia's quest. And then we'll come down here and end Ronnie's quest, which will take us up into the Moonlight Altar. So we'll clear all the Moonlight Altar out, and then we'll head up to Volcano Manor, and we'll do all of the quests in Volcano Manor up to one that takes us into the next landmass. And at that point, we'll come over here and fight the last boss of the capital. So that's the trajectory moving forward. So the next episode, guys, like I said, level up in between, and I'll meet you guys over here at Primeval Sorcerer Azur. But until then, if you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you got any knowledge you want to drop on me as a content creator, I'd love to learn, so feel free to drop that in the comment section too. But until the next one, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. I love you guys. I'll see you later.